Hello and welcome back to round 2 back 9 coverage on JomezPro. You are watching the 2024 PDGA Pro World Championships from Lynchburg, Virginia with Big J and Average and BigSexy commentary right here with you. And Isaac Robinson's still bogey free, 27. That's the story for me so far.
No doubt.
But we've got a lot of out of bounds obviously coming, and we've got so many check-ins, comprehensive coverage out here this year where we're keeping you apprised of all the developments out there on the course.
Yeah, I mean, Isaac has not stayed in bounds. He's thrown OB twice. Well, one hazard, one OB, but made the putts. So, I mean, again, he's just really one stroke off of perfection on the front nine. It just exactly how you'd want to start. Really just controlling the card right now. Everyone else playing okay. Anthony Barela not attacking this course the way that maybe we thought he might, but the back nine, a lot of opportunities for two-stroke swings. This hole's certainly one of them.
I don't think I've ever played another hole like this hole.
It's the same thing I said.
Huge downhill. Equally huge uphill at the end. I mean, look at this is the view you've got if you're trying to make a putt. Look how steep that is.
Normally, you just can't quite get the slope in picture. This hole, I think you finally can. I'm glad that you said that, because when I'm standing on 11 and I look back on 10, I say, whew, that is a unique hole. You just don't play anything like this in the sport of disc golf.
Needs to sit. Some funny things can happen here.
This is pretty funny and not the right kind of way.
Come on. Yes, do that. Do that.
Oh,
yes.
Oh,
go.
Oh.
It's a hero shot.
Oh my goodness. Come on.
Get to circle 1. Go, you sweet thing. Go, you sweet thing.
Stop.
Get home.
He's going by.
He's just up there totally confused.
What? Just
700-foot drive.
Maybe more. That was awesome. No way. This is going to be a lot less exciting. Wow, this thing just kept holding straight. No. I loved it out of his hand.
So much height. It might have been a mid-range, the way it flew.
Wow.
I kind of think it was a mid-range because you would expect a swing.
Very surprising result.
And I don't think mid-range is a bad play for a power thrower to get away from that rollaway that we saw Joey take. Obviously, it worked out great for him, but he did spend a lot of time out of bounds that he will have no idea about, and this one is going to do it also. Just run, baby.
Oh, this is...
Uh-oh. Don't like it. Hating it. And it's just that close. I mean, if you, that's the one thing that I wish I could change about this hole, is it is so random, and it's blind to the player. You would love to slow that down a little bit, and you can do it, obviously, by throwing a flatter shot. Anthony has not thrown a flatter shot here, so I expect some action.
Wow, look at this. This spotter got to see this all day long, this type of action.
This is so crazy. This is going to be a good one, I think.
This could go be right.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's going to find
Okay.
It'll be right.
Now that I'm actually seeing what's going on down there, I'm liking the hole less. I'm not going to blame any designer. I'm just going to blame erosion and the way the land was sculpted, because it's just kind of brutal how that worked.
Well, everyone's disc stayed out of bounds for a little while.
No.
Unfortunately, Luke's going to be double OB now, putting from bogey from a spot I don't think you can justify running it. Meanwhile, Isaac once again put to the test to try to stay bogey free. He does that drive into the hill thing that you want to do, and that is perfect.
Even Anthony going driver. And still edge of circle. Scary putt going up this big hill.
You just have never thrown a shot like this, so it's hard to really know how to do it the right way in the moment. And I don't think Joey should get used to throwing approach shots from that spot right there.
No.
You're never going to replicate that, ever.
That was a... Oh, no. Don't
okay.
do it.
Wow.
Okay,
Good.
That was an adventure. Joey's drive, just all by itself, was an adventure.
Oh,
this is very scary.
Oh, boy. Just stay in bounds. Now, all the way outside C2.
Great look at just how steep this is. Doesn't want any part of another one, but actually does risk it a little bit by coming in contact with the koozie.
Ill-advised layup.
Great birdie.
It's going to take advantage of the roller coaster. Takes the bird. That would be a par save for Isaac. Another OB par. 3 of them on the day now for Isaac. And I want to say he had some yesterday as well. Maybe not, though.
Adam swinging this forehand out wide over the hazard. Great forward skip.
491, he got there quick. It's easy to get there quick. We're going down probably 50, 60 feet. He's looking good right now. How many birdies is that? 5 out of the last 6? 6 out of the last 9. That's getting it done on a pretty difficult stretch.
Anthony Barela kind of into panic mode here.
Yeah.
I mean, 1 over through 10 and really falling off the pace after that phenomenal start. Still obviously has time, can birdie every hole that remains, but it's time to get busy if you want to stay up in these top cards.
I don't want to play a hole that he can't birdie. If Anthony can't do it, I have no interest in playing it.
Yeah, I think you and everyone else. Wow.
Got to
dropping quick.
Oh, boy. Wow. Stays out of the hazard.
Gonna be a tough putt to run.
Yeah, I don't know if you have the green light from back there. There is hazard all short on this hole. Have to get over the hay bales to get the green flag. That is so good. Looks easy, but it's not that easy. At this 327 is really short going down this much. It's hard to know exactly the right amount of width, height, pace.
I think one of the things that makes it difficult is the fact that you can't see the ground unbroken all the way to the hay bales. So there's always that guesswork that's being done when there's like a little valley in front of you and there's some area obscured from vision where it's a little bit harder to get that true judgment on the distance. And then again, downhill also does a little bit of that to you.
Oh,
Does he jump over perhaps, or maybe just hit the base? Pretty big cheer.
I'm excited to see it from this side.
I feel like it was a jump over cheer.
I feared that it was not.
No,
no, just oh wow, on the second tier.
Awesome. Can't really throw it any closer unless you ace it.
I think there's a green light for Joey. Just a little nose up or high one. Oh, come on. Wow, send it in. 5 in a row now. And if he misses that, if he airballs the basket, he's 6 feet behind it.
Yeah.
Just
it's great.
perfect. Those are always so much fun.
All I can do is shrug. Guess things are feeling good today.
Yeah,
That's so awesome.
Isaac, to avoid losing 2 strokes in the last 2. So Joey's going to cut into that lead. And Luke with a nice birdie. Still 1 par on the day for Luke Taylor. So Isaac, the only par on the card, and I thought he had the second best drive.
Tied at the top.
Wow.
And look at the gap. 4 shots to third. Hole 12, par 3, 491. We've seen a few great long forehands already from the earlier cards. Backhand straight at it, also a great option. It has a hazard area on the left side. So if you find yourself in that shortest cut, in between the yellow stakes, yellow rope, that's hazard. You'd play it where it lies with a 1-shot penalty. I know it's a little bit difficult to see the difference, but it's everything in that rectangle near the white tent. Wow, nice and straight. Does it sit?
Does not. But just outside C1, I think, for the par. There is a lengthy drop zone on this hole. If you never cross in bounds, it is an optional drop zone. Obviously, Joey will not be taking it. This looks gorgeous.
This has got to be mid-range. And it's got to be perfect.
That's unbelievably good. 491, folks. Think about that.
Yes.
Look how soft that is thrown.
Again, please. Don't worry about changing angle or anything.
That is just the laziest, most perfect flight you've ever seen. I mean, nothing frilly about that. That is just a well-intentioned disc throw result. Everything just perfect. See if Anthony gets a little more turn. Yeah, getting it high and wide. Oh, my goodness.
Really?
Oh, my goodness. That I did not expect.
I mean, look where that tree is.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to be very close to that thing.
No, no, no. That is a very surprising miss.
Is this hazard? Is this OB?
It is.
And lengthy putt.
Yeah, and so AB will be using that drop zone. Just cannot get anything going. It's just 1 step forward, 2 steps back for Anthony today. So this, for par. Again.
Still bogey free.
4 OB throws today. No bogeys. Do you see that look when he grabbed his disc out of the basket? He looked back like, oh, okay.
Yeah, like enough of that.
Seriously. Wow. Clutch Gene. He's just sick and tired of it. But, I mean, keep it going at the same time. Digging deep.
Par save attempt. A little bit left. And here is the result of that perfect shot from Luke. Tap in birdie.
Wow. It just looked too simple to be as perfect as that was. It just didn't look like anything special, but it really was.
It's that kind of shot that just kind of makes me step back and go, man, this game is cool. Mm-hmm. When you know that that's possible, to just float something down there 491 feet and have a stop on a dime right next to the basket.
Yep, you took a circle thing and you threw it at that thing intentionally, and you did it.
Adam and Simon with huge drives here. This approach generally does not look this short, although Simon does leave it a bit short.
That is insanely far off the tee. Perfect. Amos is continuing his little streak here, putting together a very good round. The lead is 1.
Hole 13, par 4, 768. Everything you're flying over now is out of bounds. You've got to reach this inbounds area. A little bit tricky because from the tee, you can only see that right edge from the player's perspective of the landing zone. If you throw a big hyzer trying to make sure you get in bounds, it's pretty easy to bring in the left side and start to worry about going OB on that other side. More distance, so important here to take away a bit of that low ceiling approach. If you're in the early part of the landing zone, you really have to fire something underneath those branches. I get the feeling this guy's never been in the early part of a landing zone in his life.
Yeah, we're seeing that distance that he's got all sorts of different places.
That's big time, all the way up there to the cart path.
And Luke Taylor, he's a bomber.
He's cooking with gas.
He's driving with diesel.
Flat at the top, swinging left.
Yep, and that's just using great stability, knowledge of the disc, just letting the disc do most of the work. Great shot there for Isaac. Uh-oh. That needs to
I'm not worried.
work its way. Yeah, okay.
Tons of width. I think conservative for him, considering how frustrated I know he is.
This whole round.
I like to see that. I think I was worried he was going to absolutely send that. And, you know, part of me is excited about that prospect. And part of me worries about him just going too straight and ending up OB right. I think throw it all out the window. He's going crazy now. We've got grenade.
Grenade coming.
What low ceiling? It's a high floor, the way I see it.
There you go. Off to the right side short.
That's what the people came to see. Creative, powerful, effective. He's going to have just outside C1.
The same putt he's missed a few times today. Hopefully he can make the correction this time around.
Don't think that's going to get all the way there. Mid-range and underneath that low ceiling. Going to have to prove it with pretty big putt, probably 45.
Big putting all day.
And you drive it up here, you're kind of
wow. That ceiling's pretty high.
Yeah, that's what I think. Aaron Gossage did this in my group, and right afterwards he threw it up there, and I said, man, I could come up to you after the round and go, you know that on the back nine, that low ceiling hole? And he'd go, what? What do you mean? I never saw any low ceilings.
Yeah, there wasn't one.
Because if you throw it that far, what a reward.
The guy is sending it home on every single putt. He is just on it.
Yeah, basket's looking big. And I remember late last year, there was a tournament when the basket was looking pretty big.
Was that tournament in Vermont?
It was.
Hasn't been a par on Joseph's scorecard in quite some time. A lot of birdies in that stretch. And Anthony, there it is. This is what he did all day yesterday. He was in the circle a bunch, but when he was in C2, he knocked them down. And that is going to be another star frame.
Well done. Calvin Heimberg on the 18th. Big forehand up the hill. And he hits the birdie. And what score is that? Is that a -9 round?
He is currently in 4th place. And check in with Adam Hammis on the ever so difficult 14th. Oh boy, that is OB, and Adam will have to go to the drop zone, and it's going to be, what, 550 from here?
Got to be something like that. Not to mention just the most treacherous green. Not at all looking to get to the basket with this shot.
Oh, no, just a layup shot, and Adam has gone out of bounds a second time. And this is not an easy approach from this range. You got to hit the angle perfect to avoid the rollaway.
Wow, that's so close to staying OB again.
Wow. Well, Adam was going with that zone from that range. He is very connected with that disc inside 350. Really important putt for double bogey. And he knocks it down.
What did Calvin end up shooting for the round?
I believe in 9 unders. Yeah, 9 under for the round.
There we go.
But currently up to 3rd place and up 17 spots.
And holding that fire emoji for the moment. This is that 14th where we just saw Adam hit those branches right there and fall short of the inbound zone. This hole is ludicrous. It's so far. Yes. You got to hit a gap. You got to go over the OB, swing it left. It's amazing that players are finding birdies here, and I hope we see one. But it does ask for a power hyzer first and then just a huge shot into this difficult green. I think you could put it to the bottom of the hill if you're got the power of Luke or Anthony, certainly, and take your chances with a putt. Aggressive line here.
Sure. On to the short grass. Got a long way to go for the birdie, but that's a good start.
Nice height. Nice hyzer angle. Stay in bounds, please. Yes, and it does.
It does.
Good drive there. That's kind of where they all go. I feel like I've seen some that look super aggressive and some that look safe, and they kind of all are right next to each other in the end. Like Anthony tries to sling one through there, early gap, and it's like, same spot, same distance from the pin as all the other ones.
I think the inside gap is a little bit safer because if you go the right side gap, you can find that OB long quicker.
Come on, get to the pin.
And it's just a bit too wide for any real chance to get close. I mean, you can see the C2 whiskers there.
It's a great shot.
Yeah, pin high, 70 feet to a basket that's going to be standing 15 feet above them. On like a 45-degree slope.
I think that Luke is our guy here.
Oh, Luke's our guy.
If we're going to see this birdie.
No question.
Because I don't expect Isaac to get all that aggressive from here. This is 500 feet to the basket.
I don't think he's the least bit interested.
Yeah, not at all. Just looking to send it up there to 90, 100 feet away.
This is the gameplay. This is the strategy for, I mean, all but just a few of the Boomtown boys. But Luke's on that list now. He's an official Boomtown boy representative.
Big hyzer. How's the distance? Wow. Scary.
Okay.
Very scary.
65 feet, but there's a good opportunity. I mean, that's where the birdies come from on this hole.
Nice settle. Matching the angle nicely.
There's matching the angle, and then there's also dodging the rock that's there to just send you back down the hill.
And he did both.
A ton of them.
I mean, he did both.
That's right.
Where are you looking to set this down, Isaac? Right next to the pin.
That's
perfect. So kind of a little flat spot there.
He finds it. Very well done. I don't think a layup is coming up here. No.
But that's really
Good effort.
about as safe as you could play it. I think that top side is the least rocky, most grassy area on the green. So might as well send it.
Trying to make it 4 in a row for Luke.
Oh, don't do that.
Good reaction.
Nice.
Okay. Appears to be no casualties on the green. .68% par for the field.
What about the score that's one better than par?
Well, we just saw one of the players who is one of the 4 people to birdie it, Calvin Heimberg.
Nice.
Then Jake Hebenheimer, Thomas Gilbert, and on my card, Noah Meinsma slung it in there from 65.
Awesome.
Calvin and Thomas did it from 40 and 41 and 48. Jake Hebenheimer, I had to ask him about this after the round, did it from 14 feet.
Wow. Evan Smith up on the 18th.
And that's going to be a good round for him.
Sitting tied 4th at the moment.
13 under after 2 rounds on these courses. Such different challenges. That's a good number to be sitting at. Let's see how Adam bounces back after the double bogey on 14.
Really scoreable par 5 here. Going big uphill. This needs to work its way inbounds. Wow.
That's way up there.
Fortunate to hit the path. I think if that connects with that other side, it probably doesn't skip. Using all the width available to him. Expect this one to be a driven forehand up over this path again would be phenomenal. And he does it again.
That's what you're looking for.
Should be a pretty simple up and down from there. Yeah, pretty much textbook way to play the hole, other than that drive being just a little on the scary side.
We're right back on track.
$18, $17, $14. So still that little bit of daylight between our top 2 players. I shouldn't say our 2 leaders. Isaac with the 1-shot lead over Joey at the moment. This is that par 5. Just 755 feet, but clearly playing in the neighborhood of 1,000 with this uphill. A lot of trees late. Sneaky out of bounds right behind the basket. You don't really think about that. When you're firing up this hill, you're just like, please just get me up there. But you got to be keeping that in mind.
It's
because
blind.
if you fire it up there with a little bit too much speed, that could surprise some people. What a year it has been for insects in Virginia. They are just having a time.
Out of bounds, way up there. I think par is certainly on the table. Are you talking about the double brood with the
that too?
the
I'm just talking about what our cameras are showing me and my own experience of just like lining up a putt, breathe, here we go, and then there's like right in front of your face.
They got those lantern bugs out here that have been
a real menace.
Real menace.
Distance is really not that important in my opinion on this tee shot. This is gonna be OB.
This part is important, staying in bounds. And unfortunately, Joseph just didn't get the turn.
It's gonna be interesting to see where the cross spot is. Probably just a little short of where he is now.
I still think par is very much on the table.
Definitely.
This is the angle Joseph was looking for out of the hand.
Is that on the top shelf?
Eagle alert. I mean, this is...
Yeah, certainly. Could think about it.
It's possible to reach from there. This event is not going to give many equal opportunities. Hole 15 is maybe one of the few that presents a possibility.
It's like, yeah, I mean, you're using that word liberally. Possibility, like in quotes, in my opinion. Like it will be phenomenal if we see that.
Just with an Anthony Barela tee shot like
Certainly.
that, that's the only way you're really going to see it.
Yep, and maybe an Anthony Barela second shot as well.
And the only other place I can think of is hole 7 at New London.
Yep, that I think is probably the most obvious spot you could go for one.
So very tricky run up for Luke, having to go straight up this hill. Hard to get the momentum.
Wow.
High.
That is ambitious.
Through everything, which is not a good thing for Luke. And he's going to find OB a second time.
Yeah, you got to think he's just hoping that's going to turn a ton. Maybe he's thinking he can get to some kind of putt.
Anthony now, his second shot. How close is he going to get? Oh, we were robbed.
I would have loved to see that fight around those trees.
Oh, that was moving.
Certainly would have been in circle 2, you would think. Perhaps closer.
I think that may have found C1. Maybe. But we'll never know. Looking back, you can see those trees he hit. C2 more than likely.
Critical par save, looking very likely after the out-of-bounds drive from Joey.
If the camera just panned a fraction to the left, you'd see how close that out-of-bounds is on the right side of the pin from where Anthony is.
Very short little forehand here. And it's well done. I find those can sometimes be surprisingly touchy. And Luke just trying to get out of here with bogey after 2 out of bounds.
Well played hole for Isaac. Nothing fancy, just right down the middle. 3 shots. Walk away with your 4 the way it should be played. Got to give a shout out to Zach Nash, who has taken the only eagle in the A pool, but not the only eagle in the tournament. A little shout out to Andrew Cochran in the B pool, who aced hole 4 today.
Hole 4, cool. And wow, Zach Nash.
66 feet away.
Fantastic. Adam Hammis, big roller, aggressive play here on 16.
This is beautiful.
That still has steam.
Whoa.
No
Heading out in
way,
the
over
neighborhood.
there.
That is an absolute crush.
Yeah, that's easily the farthest shot I've seen on the hole. He can't believe it.
Wow. I mean, this hole doesn't really reward the aggressive shot because you still have like 430 in, but this is
under 4.
Yeah, this is a very manageable approach.
Needs to get down. There is OB on that right side.
Okay.
I believe he did get in safe.
Just outside C1. Call this one maybe just inside 45 feet. That is a rare and awesome birdie.
And what a way to back up that surprising just double bogey that we saw from him on the check-in to just come right back with 2 birdies right away.
Yep.
Playing really strong and into a tie for 3rd. Par 4, 998 on hole 16. You've got the layup play right here if you want it. Safe landing zone, they call it. Aggressive landing zone way down there.
No kidding.
And just that little hazard bunker just because. No one's probably ever landed there, but
just let it be safe.
Just in case you ever do, it's waiting for you. Don't start thinking about trying to play it left. It won't work. It's a very, very long hole. I think that roller is probably the best option if you're looking to make birdie. This looks like a play for par, just a putter.
Didn't Joseph find that sand bunker in our practice round? I think he threw a roller that found that little bunker. Just so unlikely. That'll be bombs away from there for Isaac.
Oh, man. Hold some cut.
Maybe overturn. I mean, the speed's going to get it. Oh, boy. Never mind. Never mind to everything.
Awesome shot.
Huge.
This is a layup forehand. And it's very well done. Both of those guys pushing the distance about as far as you could comfortably do it.
Luke going to try to do the aggressive shot all air. This stays up. I like it. If it keeps turning, I don't like it. I like it.
Wow, he is really, really good at those super high turnovers. We've seen a couple of those already.
He's really, really good.
That too.
Stop.
Leaking left a bit, but stays in bounds. That's all you need.
Electing to go with something with some turn for the extra distance. Is it going to pay the price? Yeah, he's going to pay the price, and unfortunately caught the ropes there on that skip. Who knows what the result would have ended up being.
It's so difficult because when you're playing well, of course you throw the flex. Make the approach easier, right?
Oh, no.
But of course you go flex. Yeah. Everything's clicking. Why not make the approach shorter? As soon as that goes out of bounds, I guarantee you he's going, why are you being so greedy?
Yeah.
Just throw a hyzer.
Yeah.
You're going to be 300. It's fine. But that's how disc golf works. I mean, it humbles you right when you kind of feel like you've got everything figured out.
No.
Oh, no. Long.
Come on. No way.
Both of those guys right there. Not the shot you expect to bite anybody. You figure once all these guys are safe off the tee, they're going to stay safe on this hole. It's a very generous fairway size. And wow, pushing it to the edge on the right side.
Man, this hole's generating all the excitement you think a 1,000-foot par 4 would generate.
Isaac's ready to be done with any kind of excitement.
Yeah.
He's just going to go and execute the plan. Easy par.
Come on.
And that's what you call a super hard par.
Who does that?
You got to throw this incredible, towering shot, calculate every angle, big swinger. Then you barely throw it too far, but step up, save it, clutch putt.
45 feet long in two. Out of bounds on a 1,000-foot hole, make the putt. Anthony would love to do that exact same thing. I just didn't even need to watch that one. Just a little bit off today. And that will save bogey. Just like best case scenario for Isaac. Not one time was he interested in doing anything aggressive. Everyone around him is either off a little bit or a little bit overly aggressive, and he just plays a game plan, picks up strokes on two of the players on the card, and almost a stroke on everyone.
And that gives him a 3-shot lead. Treacherous 17th.
Oh, this is so pretty. Oh,
Stay
needs
safe.
How close? Oh, look how close that is to finding OB long. Just a foot.
This green is so small.
So hard to land.
Like, what do you want? His shot was so good. Like, look at this one. Just get down. That is so perfect.
Just landing it on a dime.
It's so difficult to get under the willow branches.
Yep.
You have to power it under there. And then you need to get the brakes on so quick with the little downslope. Fantastic drives.
Three-shot lead again for Isaac. 4 over third place. And a few players all right there at 15 under.
366 feet going downhill here on 17 with a green that's about, what do you think, 35 feet deep as far as inbounds land?
Maybe, yeah. That's about right, 35 to 40.
Super, super small. So many hanging branches. This is the shot if you've got it, I think. Straight ahead, putter type speed. Does this have enough distance?
A lot of room out to that right side, and Isaac finds the short right. Can't be exactly where he was aiming, but he's going to take it, man. That was close to being his first bogey, because if you don't land in bounds, you go to that drop zone.
Yeah, you're bogeying.
It's a bogey.
A layup is a totally legitimate play here.
Yes.
This doesn't seem like it's going to be in bounds.
This is a future drop zone candidate.
Did not get the super high turnover that time. It looked like driver. It just seems like, how could it ever stop?
Yeah. Beautiful looking throw. Only 22 feet away from the pin. And now he's 110 feet from the pin. Throwing his third.
This is looking good. Can it slow down and dig?
That right side is the way to play it. I think the forehand, if you've got it, is the best play just because there's so much room to the right. Not much room at all on the left side. Need to be careful. As you saw there from AB, you just get over that hillside just a bit. It doesn't even need to look at that one. That's the third non-shot that AB's had this round, where it's just, you can't quite make it, so you don't think about it, but at the same time, you can't mess it up either.
Isaac completely stymied over there. Has to just lay up from the edge of the circle.
And Joseph will take the stroke, walk away with the only birdie on the card. Meanwhile, the cat's trying to get a free piece of the action on the right side of your screen, just outside of the screen right now. But
what's happening?
I think as a cat or a Wolverine or someone needs to check that animal's credentials. I don't think there's a free seat available. Simon on 18. Look at this line. No way that's in bounds, right? No. So how do you save the par from there? Don't know if you can.
Adam needs birdie here to swipe that fire emoji away from Calvin Heimberg. Double-digit score hanging in the balance, and this is a really good shot.
And that is also with a single and a double bogey.
That means a lot of birdies. If my math is correct,
a birdie here would be
a ton of birdies.
It'd be 13 on the day if he's able to take the bird here. Well, Simon's going to have a long putt for the par, but he'll have a putt. This is pretty ideal for a second shot for Adam. Big, powerful, round hyzer. Oh my gosh, nearly dunks it.
This would be some kind of 3.
Holy moly, would it? It'd be some kind of 5 at this point for Simon. And it is.
Putter looked great for him today. Every time we checked in with him anyway.
That is T3. Simon Lizotte going to move up.
Looking to play on the lead card back at New London.
And this guy is all over lead card tomorrow. Adam Ham is 10 under.
What a round.
Oh, come on, Simon. Another trick shot on your way out, dude. Get out of here with that. That was too cool. Anthony 1 over for the day. Luke just 1 under. Slipping back.
You see that entire leaderboard peppered with 8, 7, 6. You know, everybody's playing as always. I mean,
yes.
It's exactly what you'd expect, but just illustrating that 1 under is not going to get it done. 1 over, not going to get it done. Look at this view of the hole, Jerm. All the way around the houses, way
cool
back up the hill.
Yeah.
1,078 feet, playing much longer than that.
Yeah, the tee shot's the only flat shot. Everything else is just, you're just climbing a mountain. Safe, high, wide for Joseph. He's going to make that second shot a little bit longer to get to the ideal landing zone, but not a bad tee shot at all. A little bit more aggressive turn there for Isaac. Wow.
He's at it again.
Wow.
With that high drifting shot.
Yeah, beautiful.
So good.
Well past even Isaac's drive. Anthony's still in 14th place. Really illustrates how incredible yesterday's round was.
Oh, no.
And that is going to be early OB for Joseph.
Yeah, really early, I fear.
And I think that's what the aggressive tee shot helps you achieve on this hole. It allows you to avoid having to go big on the second. Anthony's going to be maybe all the way at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah.
And, man, I don't want to discount him and his abilities, but I don't see how he'll be able to get to the pin from down there.
I'm surprised he wants to go that high with the second shot.
Yes.
Instead of, you would think he would just kind of push it to that back edge.
Uh-huh.
This is also in danger of falling all the way down.
And you'd almost want to just be all the way down the hill. Like, if you're just going to be left, go all the way left where you can get down to the flat. There's no business being mid-slope. You just cannot generate any momentum into your shot.
Starting to turn, but it's, I think, going to fade downhill a bit.
Yeah, see, that's, you're not going to be able to throw with really much behind you. It's going to be all upper body from there. It's a good recovery shot. More than likely, we'll be able to take the bogey. It's really good.
Okay.
A lengthy putt up the hill, but great height, great accuracy.
Yeah, he's so far forward. He has a little bit more room to work than I expected.
Okay.
And he didn't even really have to swing it that hard, to be honest, to get all the way up that hill. Pretty amazing.
That's so far from down there. You just, again, the camera, even you can obviously see the hills. So hard to appreciate how uphill it really is. These are all fantastic shots that get anywhere near the circle.
Yeah, I think it's playing over 400 from where those guys are.
Yes.
Even though the rangefinder's probably telling you 295.
You're probably right. It's probably like maybe just over 300. Can Isaac get to 20? Man, that's really about one of the only leaky putts he's had. That's an awesome up and down. Very well done.
Yeah.
Even par for the day. Strange day for Anthony.
All over the place today. Highlights and lowlights. I'm sure he's very frustrated.
Oh, no question. Good scramble bogey save for Joseph, who is still going to remain in second place. You'll see him tomorrow. And Luke with the birdie. 2 under on the day. Also, a ton of highlights and lowlights for Luke. But the man without any bogeys thus far. A very tame back nine. Just 2 birdies. But what do you need to do? I mean, he's not giving any strokes to the field.
Bogey free on these 2 courses is insane. I mean, if he can keep doing that, there's been so many 1,000-foot holes with OB everywhere, trees everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Those super hard holes that we're going to see again tomorrow at New London, the 2nd, the 6th, the 17th, the 18th, to get through all of those unscathed and to get past all those out of bounds where he's 40 feet. We kept saying, oh, this is it on the line.
Mm-hmm.
Another putt drops for Isaac Robinson. What a lead he's built. 3 shots early here at the 2024 Worlds. Hats off to him so far. Phenomenal performance again today.
Yeah, and Anthony with that birdie on 18 only falls to 8th place total. So only drops 7 spots with an even par round. Again, another time illustrating how incredible 11 under at New London is. Is he able to recreate that tomorrow and jump back onto lead card or somewhere in second card? We'll see. But my goodness, we've got the guy out there trying to defend his title, and he's doing a dang good job doing it so far.
We'll be back tomorrow with coverage from New London and round 3 of the 2024 PDGA Professional World Championships.